Hi all, good day. This is Babu Rao alias CSRP, Vice President Training JCI Chennai Synergy Kings. I have a pleasure to introduce the 25th guest of this wonderful channel, Tadampadita Jaycees. This honor goes to JCI Senator Krishnamurthy, who was a National Vice President in those days, EVP in 1987. He was the long president of Marina Madras Junior Chambers 1983, state president of Tamilnadu in 1986, national director in 1998. He was an ex-employee of IBM and he owned a company named Alphabetics by marketing the IBM products. And he also worked for Johnson Lifts, All India Management Association and many more. He is an engineering graduate, MBA, currently registered for doing PhD at this age of 70 plus. That is the level of his motivation. It surprises us to know that the trainings conducted by him crosses 4,000 plus for Jaycees and non-Jaycees in India and in various countries. He had designed the training manual for Indian Jaycees and also for the other management schools. He did management training in B schools. To the more surprise, he is a NLP trainer too. He was the winner of the title of an outstanding JC trainer of India from the JCI University in United States of America twice. He was sponsored for the senatorship by the trainers of Tamilnadu and he is an executive member of Janakalyan Kanchi Kamakoti Peetams, faculty of Madras Management Association since 1991. His program is growing big for the teenage students. He has conducted that programs continuously for many years. He has conducted 400 plus training programs, that too for CA students of Indian Institute of Chartered Accountants throughout India. He is a trustee of Panchagurukulam faculties from Tamil Nadu and around India. He is a chief functionary of Exnora International. He has conducted more than 100 training programs for corporate companies and more than 50 training programs for the engineering and other colleges. More than 50 voluntary organizations has invited him to conduct such trainings. He has travelled all the lengths and breadths across globally and he ensures visiting the Jaycees of that country. He is habitual visitor to Jaycees around the world. The countries he visited runs almost throughout the atlas and want of time, I am not going through that. Considered ATM of Indian Jaycees, that is any topic man and any time man for the Jaycees, and he is an encyclopedia of training available to Jaycees even today that they can call. He has been prepared to serve and serving continuously at the age of 72 plus. Let me introduce JCI Senator Mr. S Krishnamurthy as the 25th guest of this Tadampadita Jaycees channel and we are proud to have him here. Thank you.
வணக்கம் நண்பர்களே, I am Krishnamurthy. When Shankaranarayan requested me to be the first speaker, I was like Gavaskar afraid of the new pitch. So I waited and very quickly we have come to 25. I am very happy to share my experience with a very strong view that it's a huge ocean and I am going to discuss only a few drops of it. Now, there was a famous writer called Kalki. He wrote a novel called Ponniyin Selvan. It ran for 10 long years in Kalki. Every episode is being a suspense thriller. But at the end of 10 years, he left 10 questions to the audience which are not answered throughout the episode and then said, this gives opportunity for future writers to write novels. Many of them capitalized and a few more novels came based on the Chola dynasty. I am also going to give you a few ideas which will give me an opportunity to come back later. And I am sure you will be interested how it helped me to become a strong leader from an ordinary person. From nowhere, 6 candidates have been asked to retire, and one of my friend became an executive vice president unopposed. All this happened in a duration of about 5 to 20 minutes in a national convention. Extremely power-packed politics. You must be aware that in 82, Srinivas Nayak got the world president. You've already heard his episode. 83, Mahadevan got Shell Peterson. I was also a president at the time. But you don't know that Shell Peterson was supposed to go to Sri Lanka and the ethnic problem prevented him. So JCI, Peggy Fisher, who doesn't know Tamil, and my mother, who doesn't know English, they were able to communicate to each other and prevent Shell Peterson from going to Sri Lanka. And he was my guest for one day. But it did not help Indian Jaycees to get the voting right in the World Congress. And how me and Murali, a fairly new JC, helped IJC to get the votes was a big miracle. Okay. நம்ம லோக்கலில் 1 லட்சம் ரூபா பெருமானமுள்ள டைனர்ஸ் கார்டு, ஆனால் 300 ரூபா பெருமானமுள்ள வாடகை சைக்கிள் எனக்கு கிடைக்கல மன்னார்குடிங்கிற ஊரில். அப்புறம் எப்படி சைக்கிள் கிடைச்சது, எப்படிப்பா இந்த பிரசிடண்ட்டை பார்த்து டியூஸ் பே பண்ண வச்சேன்? இட்ஸ் அ பிக் கொஸ்டின். பட்டுக்கோட்டை 5:30 மணிக்கு பஸ்ஸில் போய் இறங்குறேன். சாயந்தரம் 5:30 மணி வரைக்கும் ஒரே பஞ்சாயத்து. பல்லு தேய்க்கல, காஃபி குடிக்கல, டிஃபன் சாப்பிடல, பாத்ரூம் போகல. ஹவு வி சால்வ்ட் இட்? There was an intelligent president who called me as a chief guest when I was state president in 1986, and I took the room on the JC week 15th day. The room was occupied by different people from 6th to 15th. 10 நாள் ரெண்ட் கொடுக்கலன்னா நான் வெளியில் போக்கலான்ட்டான் ஹோட்டல் ஓனர். How the president did not even come to the hotel and I was made to pay all the fee. Okay. Orissa, there is a place called Rayagada where they stopped the train for 4 hours till I finished my speech. There was another place where people who took me in the car were all drunk and they took me in the opposite direction towards Andhra Pradesh. And there was a third day in which the car which I went was stopped in the middle of a thick forest because they didn't have a permit, and how I escaped. All are thrilling stories which brought the leadership out of us and the help the JCs could do for us. There's a place called Berhampur where in the midnight all the JCs removed their silencer, made so much of noise to receive their executive vice president, and there was a police complaint. The police came to inquire me and how I escaped. And the ladies of Berhampur always get hot Besarat dosai for me whenever I come to the Berhampur railway station, whenever I cross. In 1985, when Venki was the state president of JCs, I was the growth and development director, and from January 1st till December 31st, Tamilnadu was number 1 in the membership. Friends, extremely interesting life I had, from a very, very ordinary person to what I am today. At 72, I am young, healthy, happy, contented, doing a lot of social service, having done a lot of service before, all because of the training, the opportunity, the friends, and the learning I had in JCs, and I also provided to others as a trainer. Now let's go to the second episode. Imagine a young, shy, poor boy. In the class, the new science teacher comes and gives the test papers. He got the first mark. So he says, Krishnamurthy, gives the sheet, 92 marks, very good. He opens and see that the answers are written in several color ink. He was very upset. He asked me to stand up on the bench. But I had a dryer wearing an off trouser which had air conditioned dryer on the back side. All the girls from the back are saying, Sir, Krishnamurthy is a nice fellow, sir, don't make him stand up on the bench. Because first rank fellow always sits in the front. He doesn't know I didn't have a pen and I steal somebody's pen when that fellow relaxes and writes the answer. The first pen in my life was presented by that teacher when he knew I was very poor, can't even eat in a day. From that position to what I am today, the transformation, major transformation was because of the junior chamber. The fronts I had, the hospitality I enjoyed, the trainings I have designed all over the country in different languages, the leadership camps which I have developed, and the management responsibility like reporting format awards which I have done as an EVP, absolutely remarkable. Entire episode was something very, very abnormal or exorbitant, I can say. My mother, when she was persisting me to go to Kasi in the year 88, I was national director for PR. She told me, you're not taking me, you're always talking about Jaycees, Jaycees, Jaycees. And I told me when she left the house that if anybody comes and says he's a JC, I will not come back. So I have already cautioned Maya Shankar Pathak, who was the state president at that time, and all his friends, all of them were there. We were saying the Sankramadam did all the service for my mother. She was so pleased. She had a ring which my father had given her when they were married and presented to that boy and said, I am a very poor lady, but you are wonderful. You take care of me and my son so well. Only after reaching Chennai, I told her that all the people who served us are from Jaycees. Now, when my son got married, my mother counted the number of Jaycees who came. She could tell all their names and what she cooked for them to eat. That was the type of family relationship we had in Jaycees, which, believe me friends, you won't have anywhere else in the world. When I was the state president of Jaycees, our conference was done at Erode. I was going with my wife in the pageantry. 2,500 were the audience. Suddenly I was not able to move. My wife was surprised. There was a couple fallen at our feet. We happened to save his life. That's another episode. You can call me to your chapter. I'll explain to you. I saved his life by getting the rarest medicine from the King Institute in the middle of the night and then sent it over the Coimbatore airport because Venki called me in the middle of the night and asked. You can't describe the emotional development we had because of the Jaycees. The learning opportunities you get as a LOM president and the power you have as a LOM president is unbelievable. My IPP was Srinivas Naik. When I was state president, my IPP was Venkatesan. Both of them were the best, set a high benchmark. I naturally have to excel. A lot of experiments I did as a president of Marina Jaycees, which have been eye-opener for me later in the business. We had 100% dues collection. We had the highest membership, highest voting rate. We had Punch conducting 15 ID programs continuously, for which we had to choose participants by lot because there was so much of demand and people were not available. And all of them who attended have become trainers later. It's very, very important that as a state president, as a state vice president, later as a national vice president and as a national trainer, the first time I realized Sare Jahan Se Acha Hindustan Hamara. The 18 to 40 age group is so nice, so homely. You know, I got such a lot of friends, not only here but all over the world. I was received in Singapore airport by an all-ladies chapter called Arcade Jaycees, for whom I helped to have an international project of repute, who got the special project award at the JCI World Congress, where I helped them to prepare the past, the scrapbook, and also was the project director throughout, guiding them from India. The project was storage of breast milk, first time in South Asia. United Nations helped, Singapore government helped, and the ladies chapter got the award. The number of training programs I conducted outside India, because I was a JC trainer, it was much more than what I conducted in India. I would have done more than 5,000 programs for the Jaycees in India and abroad. Received Outstanding Trainer Award twice. Though I couldn't become a national president, that was my keen. I thought there was a blessing in disguise because of that. I don't know what the person who is going to introduce tell about me. But in my personal opinion, every young person get great benefits by involving himself, experimenting himself, learning with an open mind in Jaycees, so that he definitely will get the best out of him in life. Thank you very much, Shankar Narayanan, for this wonderful effort. Thank you very much, friends who are listening to this. You are welcome to call me. I will be very, very happy to share all those experiences with you. Thank you very much. All the best.